Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one of those situations where relationships get really complicated. What would you do if the person you love started acting like your boss, trying to control your time, your job, and even your life? Let's dive into this Reddit story about a woman who's just trying to balance her career and her relationship, but her boyfriend has some very different ideas about what that should look like. Hi everyone, I'm 29 and I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend, she's 25, for about 5.5 years. On paper, everything is amazing. We laugh a lot, never fight, we live together really well. Intimacy is good, and our lives fit together almost perfectly. I love her a lot. My life is truly better because of her presence. But the problem is that for the past year, I've been feeling a constant doubt. I miss a certain spark or sense of attraction. For example, when we talk about booking vacations or making future plans, I sometimes feel resistance rather than excitement. It's confusing because I know how good we are together, yet I can't shake this feeling. We've already tried a lot. I've seen a psychologist, we've done relationship coaching, and even took a 2-month timeout living separately under the guidance of a coach. We communicate well about it, and we both don't want to throw away something that works. But the doubt just doesn't go away. One thing to note, I've never been in another long-term relationship before, and honestly, I'm scared. Scared the same thing would happen with anyone else in the future. Another factor, we own a house together. Breaking up would mean selling or moving out, which is a huge financial and practical hurdle. That makes the decision feel even more final, even though I know it shouldn't be the deciding factor. Part of me thinks this is just what long-term relationships are. The in-love feeling fades. But another part of me thinks, if I haven't felt, yes, this is it, for almost a year, maybe that's telling me something important. I'm torn between staying and risking that this doubt will always linger, or ending it and risking regret because I'd be giving up someone amazing. Has anyone been in a similar situation? How did you decide whether the absence of spark was something you could live with or a sign to move on? Update: still together after 5.5 years. Relationship looks perfect on paper. No fights, good intimacy, fun together, but I still miss that spark. We've tried therapy, coaching, even a 2-month break, but the doubt doesn't fade. We also own a house together, which makes things complicated. Now I'm just wondering, is this normal in long-term relationships or a sign I should move on? I recently got a new job, over 50 hours a week, and a lot more physically active. Before I took this position, my partner of 4 years and I talked about what this would mean. Since he works from home with a pretty lax job and has no other responsibilities, he agreed to handle more cooking and cleaning. But it has not gone that way. No. 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 It's 11 p.m. and I just got off work. I've been gone for 9 hours. I texted and called him, asking if he could please pop dinner in the oven. I even prepped it. And if he could do the laundry, since I have no clean clothes for work tomorrow. I just wanted to eat and go straight to sleep. Y'all, I get home and there's a pile of beer cans surrounding his desk. Music is blasting, he's hollering at his friends. Food? Not in the oven. Laundry? Not done. He didn't scoop the cat's litter box, or feed them dinner, or do the dishes. He was supposed to do those things yesterday. As soon as he saw me, he said, "Ah, crap. I was gonna do those things, but I got distracted. You sent me a meme, it made me laugh, and I forgot the list you made me. I can cook now and start laundry." I told him not to bother. I have no time to eat now. I need to be at work in 7 hours. Not to mention, I've had a migraine all day. I am so angry. How is it that I'm constantly forced to do everything because he doesn't want to, or he forgets, or he's too busy playing video games? I don't even know how to talk to him about this. I don't feel like I'm allowed to express disappointment because he's so sensitive. If I criticize him or he detects the slightest hint of it, he acts like a victim, sometimes even throws a tantrum. I've tried a few times these past few weeks. Every time it turned into an argument. He acts like what I expect is ridiculous, yet I'm still doing more than half the work. Maybe he's letting everything slide because I'm not home to keep things in check, to remind him 1,000 times. I need to talk to him again, because honestly, I'm close to walking away. I just don't know how to say it, how to make him realize I'm serious without him twisting it into me acting perfect or attacking him or whatever excuse he comes up with. TLDR, I took a demanding new job, asked my boyfriend to take on more responsibility, he agreed, and yet he's doing even less than before. Edit. This morning when I was leaving for work, we share a car, he grabbed the keys out of my hand. He said he'd drive me because I acted crazy last night and he didn't trust me with his vehicle. You can decide for yourself what part of that was crazy. I've decided I'm ending things. But first, I need to get everything in line, because honestly, I don't trust him not to make things worse if he knew in advance. Thank you all for the advice. My boyfriend has this really big issue right now about my job and the hours I work, because, and I quote, "they don't suit my life." For context, I work in healthcare. My shifts are 12 hours, 2 or 3 shifts a week. I've worked these same shifts as long as I've been with him, over 3 years, and it's never really been a problem. He works your typical 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. But lately, he's been on my case about reducing my hours to a regular 9 to 5 shift. He's telling me that if my company can't adjust my schedule, I need to find another job because he needs me to be home at a decent time. His reasoning? He says he has to wait until I get home to have dinner. That when I'm not home, the dog doesn't get walked until late, so apparently I'm neglecting both him and the dog. He complains that it's not fair that he has to sit around bored waiting for me. So I need to make a change, because if not, he won't stay and put up with it. I've tried explaining. It's only a few evenings a week I'm not home. I've prepped dinners, told him all he has to do is cook them. I even said I'll reheat mine when I get back, but he says he can't be arsed. So inevitably, I end up cooking when I get home, after a 12-hour shift. I've suggested he could take the dog for a walk before I finish work if he's that bored. That way, I could spend more time with him. But no, he won't do it because your dog's not trained and pulls. Except he hasn't walked the dog in forever and refuses to admit that the dog doesn't pull anymore. It feels like every solution I offer is met with an excuse. I told him if he helps me, it actually ends up helping him. But this is just one issue of many. He's becoming completely overwhelming. He has ADHD, refuses to take anything for it, won't go to the doctor. He puts time schedules on everything, and if something isn't done by a certain time, his mood is just dreadful. And honestly, I'm pretty sure he's got some kind of OCD because, God forbid, anything gets laid around. Work has actually become a distraction for me. My family's going through some difficult stuff right now, and dealing with my partner on top of it, it's exhausting. On one hand, I'm tempted to change my hours just to stop the constant complaining, even if it means losing money. But on the other hand, I'm like, fuck him. If he wants to break up over a few work hours, then he can leave. The whole situation is seriously draining me. And I can't tell if he's just being controlling or if he really just wants me home to be together. TLDR, my partner has a problem with my long shifts and wants me to reduce my hours because he wants me home to do the things he won't: cooking, walking the dog, all that. But when I offer solutions, he refuses. And honestly, I'm just not sure how much longer I can deal with this. And that's the story. Honestly, what would you do if your partner tried to control your job like that? Would you stay and try to make it work? Or just walk away? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more wild Reddit stories like this one. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.